Aloha everyone, welcome to Hawaii Abroad Audio Podcast. This is a place where you can listen, learn, and understand Hawaii's people and its place. I'm your host, Auntie Max, and on this show I release 2 episodes a week. Topics on Monday, which I call Manaʻo Monday, shares Hawaiian culture lessons, and on Fridays, which I call Aloha Friday, I highlight former Hawaii residents by talking story with them about their relocation journey and experiences. And my goal is to share these stories so we can all learn about others and understand the different situations, because the more we know, the more we grow. This episode is released on Monday, so yes, it's Manaʻo Monday. And in today's discussion, I'm sharing a quick lesson on ʻOli kahea and ʻOli komo. But before I do, I'm quoting that famous olelo noʻeau, or wise proverb, which I always do, "A'ohe pau ka ike I ka halau hoʻokahi," which means not all knowledge is taught in the same school. So what I share is what I was taught from my kupuna, my kumu, my makua, and my schooling in Hawaiian studies. So no judging, just sharing. So with that said, what is a ʻoli kahea and a ʻoli komo? The simple way to explain this is that an ʻoli kahea is a chant performed by those that are calling out for permission to come into a space or an area they want to enter. And an ʻoli komo is a chant that responds to that request, which grants them permission to enter. Now, there are different parts and layers to many of our basic chants. The first part is to recognize the space of which the chant is in. It might talk about the elements of the space, the wind, the land, the trees, the plants, and so on. Then it recognizes what or who the chant is speaking to the heavens, the structure it wants to get into, the land you want to enter, the people you want to greet, and so on. The last part is the request or the response. What is the chant asking for? So I'm going to share a couple of audio recording I made earlier this year. I'm performing a basic Hawaiian chant and sharing the translations. The first one is a ʻoli kahea, which is the call out, with the requests. And then the second one is a ʻoli komo, which responds to that request. So let's listen in. Kunihi kamana I kala ie, o vai alela I vai lua. Hu ki eila I kala ni ka papa o vai o ka vai kini. Ala hia ela e no. Nā loa te ipoha'a. Ka laula mau ka o ka pae, mai pae ka leo, e ole kahea mai e. This is an ʻoli kahea, a chant requesting permission to come inside or enter a space. Kunihi kamona was uttered by the goddess Hi'iaka I ka Poliopele to cross the Wailua River on Kauai while on her journey to fetch her older sister Pele's lover, Lohiau. This kahea is used today to serve as an entrance to request permission to enter. E hea I ke kanaka e komo māloko, e hana ia hewa ka waha. Ia no o ka ukula o ka leo, a he leo vale no e. This ʻoli komo is a call to the person requesting to enter. It's giving permission to come in and partake the food offered to them for sharing their voice. Okay, so that ʻoli kahea was called Kunihi Kamona. It recognizes the space of that steep mountain as high as the heavens, the calm river, that river stream, and the bridge that's blocking the hill into the space that she wants to go to. Yeah. And the chanter is saying, call out to me, call to me. So she's pretty much asking for a response. And then the ʻOli komo is basically what the recording shared, that it's granting permission to come in and partake of what they have to offer. Now, what is being offered could be different things. In some home setting, it could be to come in and partake of food or just companionship. But in a school setting, it could be to partake of the education that it's offering. In the forest, it could be offering safe passage to their destination or permission to gather nature's gifts, So it really depends where the chanter is chanting for permission and what they're looking for. So overall, ʻOli komo is granting permission to that request that is being asked. So gang, I hope this lesson helps you to understand a little more about Hawaii's basic chants, the structure of these chants, and why we use them. Okay, well, I left a link in the show notes on the recording of what I used in this episode, so feel free to refer to them if you want to. Well, I hope you found value in this lesson, and of course, if you're listening to this show on your favorite podcast app, please make sure you subscribe and click on that plus icon so you can get early notifications as soon as a new episode is released. And don't forget to click on those stars in the rating area. It really helps with the listing of this show. Lastly, leave me a feedback in the comment area or on my social media accounts in Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. They're all listed under Hawaii Abroad, and I would really love to hear from you guys. All right, everybody. I hope you have a maika'i day, and I hope you join me again here on Hawaii Abroad Audio Podcasts. This is Auntie Max signing out. Aloha!